It's not common for a tub of icing to find itself among the sentient. However, Christmas is a good day for exceptions. There, the icing sat on a dusty shelf, aisle number 2 of the corner store that happened to be open on this night. The tub of icing observed the boxes of cereal on the opposite side of the aisle and it wondered. It wondered how it came to wonder at all. Deciding that this was too large of a question to ask itself, tub of icing or otherwise, it simply accepted and took in its surroundings. The clerk sat at the register and thumbed at his phone. The large glass windows beside him gave an unobstructed view of the parking lot. Empty, and yet the little tub of icing wondered what might be out there. It assumed that the clerk knew. Then again, if the clerk knew, then why not be out there in whatever it is? With a ding, the door of the shop had swung open and shut. Another person. Exciting, the tub of icing thought. Aware for a few minutes now, and it had already seen 2 people. The man who entered the store walked quickly.
Icing.
He asked without pausing his stride toward the aisles. I'm icing, the little tub thought, but what could anyone want from him? As long as it had been able to know anything, it knew it had sat right there on that shelf. Where else would it need to be?
Aisle 2.
The clerk said without looking away from his phone. The little tub of icing had never been in a car before. It only knows that it's in one now because the man had mentioned it. He definitely said it to someone, though the tub of icing couldn't see who.
Yeah, I'm in the car now, heading back.
Okay, was just wondering. You know how mom can be.
The queen will be all right.
What about you? You alright?
I'm fine. Just got to keep her happy for the night to the big reveal, I guess.
Uh-huh. And you're sure?
Yeah, I'm sure. It's a good job. Plus, I've already been looking at apartments.
And you're sure you had to tell her tonight?
I mean, no, but it's the last time we'll all be in the same spot for a while.
While the tub of icing had found itself inexplicably able to understand the English language, nuance was not a trait that it had discovered yet. Unable to decipher the meaning of the information passed between the 2 voices it had been listening to, it decided to look out of the car window. It looked and it saw lights, glowing orbs on thin pillars. They zipped by each second the car continued forward. How strange, it thought. It had only known lights to be in ceilings and beer fridges. While the novelty of streetlights were far from losing their effect, it was nothing compared to the lights that decorated the home the car had stopped in front of. With the little tub of icing tucked under his arm, the man entered the home.
And did you hear he moved me up to another school outside of the state?
Mothers, aunts, and grandmothers crowded the kitchen and dining room. A bottle of wine, laughs, and "did you hears?" passed from one to the other in rapid succession. Fathers, uncles, and grandpas packed the living room couches.
Throw the damn ball.
Some napped while others watched the football game with varying degrees of interest as children zipped back and forth, leaving echoes of laughter in their wake. The tub of icing couldn't believe that so many people could be in one place. The emptiness of the shop, its home, made sense now. This is where everyone was. There you are, Mark. You can bring that in here. Mark. That was what the man was called, and the tub of icing wondered if it had a name as well. Mark places the icing on the counter and hugs his mother. I was just telling your aunt about how slow of a driver you are. I was starting to think you weren't coming back.
Well, you're the one who needed me to go shopping.
Oh, honey, this is about expired. Where did you get it?
The only place that was open.
Well, it's not perfect, but it'll do. Not perfect, the tub of icing wondered. And do what? It thought.
You're welcome.
Mark gives his mother a kiss on the cheek before making his way to the living room. His aunt nudges his mother at the elbow.
Have you talked to him about it yet?
No, not yet. I'm not supposed to know anything. His brother told me, though.
And how are you taking it?
As well as I can. I'll be sad, but it's good for him. His mother says as she pops the lid off of the icing, something the icing wasn't aware that it could do. This house used to feel so big when it was just me, Roger, and the boys. Now look at us. I've got a grandkid in the other room. It's okay to outgrow things, and it's okay to want more. The family will miss him, but that's nothing to hold over anyone's head. The tub of icing listened but did not understand, so instead it took to pondering again. Not perfect. Those were the words used to describe it. It wondered if this was a good thing. It had to be if it hadn't been sent away. And where does icing get sent to when it's all said and done anyways? But it didn't wonder for long. The tub of icing saw no need for it. Its newfound reality was better than anything it could come up with within its musings. It had been chosen. It had seen the inside of a car and those strange lights in the sky from that same car's window. It had seen more than any other tub of icing that he knew about. It had seen the inside of a home, heard what gossip and the sound of children was like, and even found out that itself was not perfect, but was not asked to leave. The little tub of icing was happy.
Hey, Ma, can we talk?
About anything.
Well, it's not exactly easy to say.
His mother hugged him tightly. You do what you have to do. We still love you.
You knew?
Mothers always do. But we can worry about all of that later. You're here, right now, and that's all that matters to me, she said with a smile and smears a bit of icing across his nose. Don't get me wrong, it's not perfect, but it'll do, thought the little tub of icing.